Okay, friends, my little rant. I always like to close it again with a little bit of philosophy with my kind of spin on it. Um, this one is from Swami Satchidananda's Golden Present. This book has been with me for a long time, and it has been through rain, sleet, snow. It's been through motorcycle rides. It's been with me for a long time, but it is filled with a lot of great stuff. So again, it's the Golden Present, Sri Swami Satchidananda Ji, and there's a lot of good stuff in here. And I was thinking today about something from this book, and I was like, oh yeah. And I've had some conversations recently with some friends about this, and it's called, there's a lot about preparation. So, real peace is in the midst of turmoil. One of his students, his disciples, asked, Guruji, it seems that whenever things are very calm and tranquil, one can always be sure that some big turmoil will be happening at any moment. Huh, that sounds familiar. Will life always be like this? In moments of tranquility, must we always keep one eye watching for the enemy to come over the hill? Swamiji's response probably won't surprise you in this place because most gurus, most yogis are pretty blunt and honest about the way things are. Yes, Guru Dev replies. Yes, it is always better to watch for it. Life is always like that. It is in the quietness and the calmness that the enemy comes to test how peaceful you are. If darkness comes, look for the light that follows. When the day comes, watch for the night that follows. If you know that one will not be there without the other, then you won't get caught in either. Absence of turmoil is not real peace. Real peace is when you rise above the turmoil and stay peaceful in the midst of it. Now, how many people that you notice on a daily basis can actually say they're practicing this? How many other yogis do you know could you say are actually practicing this right now? It's challenging. I'll agree with you. I've had my moments in the past few weeks where I've kind of let things get to me. But I always come back to true words like this. I always come back to the real wisdom of yoga. It helps me get through it, along with people that I love in my life, friends and family, and people that I can talk to. Talking to them about it can help you move through some of it as well. Knowing that other people are feeling a lot of the same things that you're feeling can be helpful. But much like Dwight over here, does Dwight really bothered by the fact that it's raining? Dwight doesn't care. When it's sunny out, Dwight's happy with that. He doesn't really bother him if it's night or day. He's just comfortable. We don't see animals complaining about their circumstances right now, do we? They seem kind of peaceful. Actually, they seem a little bit happier now than they were before. Keeping one eye open. Being prepared. Everybody probably remembers the Boy Scout and Girl Scout motto, chance favors the prepared mind, right? You're always prepared for whatever life can throw at you. Why are we always waiting around for shit to hit the fan? Why do we wait around for it? Why don't we prepare ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in any way we can, so then whatever life throws at us, we're ready for? Native Americans in the past would always be prepared. They would have to move around from place to place as the weather would change. They would use every resource that they could to prepare themselves for whatever Mother Earth was going to give to them. They were always ready, always ready. Much like living here in Florida my whole life, I kind of am always prepared because I always think it's so silly when there's a mild tropical storm or a tropical depression or even a major hurricane that might, maybe not coming our way, but you can see what the media does to influence our minds and makes us go bananas. And then next thing you know, the headlines are sponsored by your local hardware store and you got to get to your gas station and all of that stuff. Why wouldn't you be prepared for that if you lived in Florida? Why wouldn't you already have water that you're rotating all the time? Enough for you and your family members for at least a week or maybe two. Why wouldn't you already have food that you like to eat that's simple to make and prepare, already ready and going through rotations? Again, like Guruji said, it's always better to be prepared. When I go to work, when I do my work during the day, the job that I've had for 20 years, I see a service call and I realize, oh, I could go to that now and evaluate it, but I already know I need to get some supplies and maybe a tool that I don't have to go do the job. So instead of just going to the job and the customer saying to me, oh, you're here, but you don't have the supplies to do your job? That seems a little odd. Aren't you the dude supposed to be fixing this stuff? So instead of doing that, I prepare myself before I go to the job. I get the tools and the things I need ready to go to it. So when I get there, the customer sees me and goes, oh, this person's here and they know what they're doing and they're ready to get the job done. We can do this with everything in life. Everything. You know, it doesn't really matter what it is. You can always prepare yourself a little bit mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, in any way you want. And it's fun. Like Stuart Wilde would say, it's fun to see yourself move from various forms of anguish into celestial acceptance of yourself and the world around you. It is fun. And preparing yourself for all of that, moving from struggling into acceptance of what happens on the planet, is fun. It's a little bit like a game. Life's always going to throw a curveball to you, or a slow ball, or a fastball, or whatever it is. And you're already going to see it coming because you're mentally prepared. And then whatever happens, you have the tools and the resources necessary so you're physically prepared. And ultimately, it leads to emotional and spiritual preparedness because whatever happens, you're calm, cool, and collected. Or maybe if you do lose your shit for a moment, you come back to it quick. Earlier on today, I have all of my tools to work on some small engines. I was fixing something for a family member, and then I was working on something myself. I kind of lost it for a moment while I was working on something, but then I cooled out. I kind of laughed at myself. I went back to it, took it all apart, and then it was running afterwards. You know, the tools are there. Again, you might lose it for a moment, but you're already prepared because you have everything else it is that you need. Okay, friends, I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Say bye, Dwight. Huh? All right, see ya.